such an asshole.
We have a request from Arkady, our Ashkenazi Jewish Asian in the field. This one's simple. Normally, Arkady, you send me some deep philosophical thing. I got to spend 8 days wandering in the desert, contemplating, diagramming, buying huge whiteboards, going through 8 pens of ink just to figure out a general thesis to answer one of you. And I got this. This is simple. This is simple. And everything you need to know is when you Google search, why? Hi, Aaron. It's only natural after your recent video about women with nose rings to make a video about men with nose rings. The similarities, differences, meaning, etc. You may or may not be surprised, but I see plenty of those men in your favorite city of San Francisco, and maybe even more so in the adjacent Berkeley, Oakland area. Well, yeah, Berkeley. Please name your price. All right. In a commitment to be empirical, just to jump through this hoop, say I did it. I went and I researched on here, why do men get nose rings? Hoping for something like data. And the results were indicative of why men get nose rings. In other words, yeah, there were some results, and I read through a little bit of archive. There were no polling, no nothing, but it was the most basic bitch, common, simple, lazy answers. There is nothing more deep to it than oh my God, why do men get it and women don't? Or why do women get it? Why do men do it? Even those predominantly, there's not an edgy thing. There's not a polling data. It's exactly what you think it was going to be. And so I just stopped doing the read because there's no point. And here's a simple answer. It's the same reason women do. Because they're losers and they got nothing else in life. That's it. It all falls under body modification and body mutilation. That's it. Now, there are some caveats, right? I'm not talking globally. In some cultures, you get your nose pierced because whatever, you achieved warrior status, or it's a common, it's a coming of age thing. It's been in practice for thousands of years, right? I don't know if the Maori tribe does that. I know tattoos about them, but there are different. So I'm willing to well, yeah, that's their cult. That's been there for thousands of years. I get it. But if we're talking the United States and the Western world, in your case, San Francisco, it's because they're fucking losers and they got nothing else going on. Instead of getting off their dumb fucking lazy asses, actually, they could be incredibly intelligent, but they're lazy asses and doing something that is tangible. It's the same reason you see an increasing number of boomer women dyeing their hair that off purple color. It's because they don't want to put in the effort to do anything that is a real, tangible accomplishment in their lives, yet they cannot just accept the fact they're a loser. So they have to differentiate themselves by what? By modifying their body. That's it. It's no different than tattoos. It's no different than dyeing your hair color. It's easy to modify your body. It's easy to get a tattoo. Now, again, to defend different groups of people who do body modification when it's legit and honorable. If you were in the military and you served with your unit and you got all shot up to hell, or a buddy died, or I'll even go like your mom, right? You love your mom, and you put a heart and you say, Mom, this date to that date when she died. I get that. Old school in Western civilization, it was you went to the Grand Meridian, I believe it was. You got a tattoo as a sailor. Fine. But for everybody else, I don't care if it's a nose piercing, ridiculous haircut, a hair bump, I don't care what it is. It's because you're a loser. You have nothing else going on. And instead of putting forth effort to get a, what's the highest, not a black belt. I think, is purple the highest in jiu-jitsu? Whatever, doesn't matter. To get a highly ranked or moderately ranked belt in a martial arts. To write a book. To finish your garage, to raise some fucking children, to run a marathon, to something that is tangible and takes work and effort. It is just to avoid that, yet still say, look how unique and edgy I am. I have value. No, no, you don't. You just made yourself a sea of other. You're one of a. You're common. So fucking right. Let me tell you, not once. Every once in a while, you will see a thin, attractive young gal with a goofy hair color. All right, fine. You're young. You're stupid. All right, that is a phase. Fine. I have never seen one of these old grandma ladies with dyed hair color not be a fat loser pig. And I think almost exclusively I've seen them at Walmart. You know the type. You know the ones I'm talking about. I'm looking. There's Grandma Tilly. She's gonna be Nana. Gonna be edgy after I collect my welfare check and go live at the trailer park and cheer on the fucking Denver Broncos. Nana's got her hair color. It's the same reason guys in the West are getting a nose piercing. Because when you look through the reasons and the research, they're trying to make a statement. They're trying to show how rebellious they shut up. You want to be rebellious? Don't get tattoos. Don't major in stupid shit. Be in shape, go to church, have kids, and have lots of sex. That would be rebellious in the United States. Don't collect welfare. Actually be supporting yourself. Harder to do today than was times past. I'll grant you this. You want to know what's truly rebellious? You want to know what's truly rebellious? Getting out of debt and moving out of your parents' place, which is hard to do. Like, you could get out of debt. That's still possible. I think you should live at home as long as you possibly can because there's no reason to spend that much money on rent. Rent is absurd now. I'll grant you that. But you know what? You don't have to be in debt. Get out of debt. Save up money. You know who the true rebels are? It's the young kid I know who served in the Navy, came out at 25, bought himself a house. Now, it wasn't an expensive house, but he bought a house for cash. That's the rebel. How about not be a pothead? How about not be addicted to some kind of drug? You want to be a real rebel? How about not be a Democrat? Just not even because look, you don't think about Democrat politics or Republican politics. You don't think about the policy. Just Democrat popular, free thing, free shit. And you don't know the Republican policies either, except they're fascist or whatever the Democrats call them. Why you want to be a real rebel? Why don't you say you're Republican when you're in your 20s? You don't even have to know what the Republican policies are. You don't even have to agree with them. You don't even have to vote for them. Just say, yeah, I vote Republican all the time. I just want to be different. That would be independent. That would be unique. But the nose piercings, no, go read. And it's all horseshit websites. Some no-name Medium post. WikiHow. Some AI men is very culturally significant. Yeah, no, the culture is not the West. It shows that they're independent streak. Yeah, okay. Well, go start reading women's magazines then while you're at it. Go read some Oprah. That's it. There it is. There's your answer. Because they're losers and they got nothing else going on. That's it. That's how basic it is. It's not deep. It's not philosophical. Cappy, I know a guy with a nose ring and a hair bun, and he's okay, fine. I'm sure in the 180 million American men in this country, one of them is I'm sure. But for the remaining 99 I'm sure there's a hot grandma lady that even I might want to fuck because I'm getting up there in age who has pink hair. Fine, there might be one gal like that, and she might even shop at Walmart, but I haven't seen it yet. Link below if you don't want to end up like one of these fucking losers who are just so edgy that they're conformists. Who are so edgy like everybody else. I'm just like everybody else. Here, I got an idea. Get your financial shit together. Go get Bachelor Pad Economics. The Financial Advice Bible for Men. Get your finances together. You want to be really edgy? Right? How about you learn a work ethic and don't rely on your clothes? Oh, that's all it is. No different than middle school. Like, we have the popular clothes. We got the popular thing. Go take my course, The Dad You Never Had. Get your life fucking together. They're linked below. Any super chat? We got 3 super chats. Thaddeus McDuck sucked the fourth. NBA. $5. I felt the spirit of Cappy come over me when I crashed out because the air pump didn't work for $3 at oh God. $3? $3? Then driving to Walmart to buy a pump. Yeah, I'll tell you now, I've had great luck with gel air pumps. Let me make sure that's the brand. Gel air pump car. Yes, slime. I'm sorry, not gel. Slime air pumps. And I always have 2 pumps in every vehicle of mine. One is a slime, and you take it, you plug it into the uh, cigarette lighter, and it just you put it in, it's electronic, it pumps up the tires. I also carry a thing of Fix-A-Flat with me. I also carry a thread, like in case you get a puncture and Fix-A-Flat won't fix it, you get one of those threads with the tar thread thing. You guys know what I'm talking about. A tire patch kit. And between that, I've gotten flats, but I've never been stranded on the side of the road. And those slime pumps are lifesavers because, every season, a certain amount of air leaves your tires anyway, and you got to pump them up. Get there with every fucking penny. And I have my original one and it hasn't broken down yet. It's been like 4 years. It's amazing. But yeah, I can't recommend those enough. I should, you know what? I'm going to do a slime and tire patch kit. I should promote that on my Amazon affiliate link, which you can find at assholeconsulting.com/Amazon. Do all your Amazon shopping there. Dude, if I paid $3 and it didn't work, dude, those air pumps never worked because they leave it out in the sun. The sun cakes and bakes off the rubber. They're never worth it. They're never worth it. I remember when you could get air for free because corporate MBAs such as yourself, Thaddeus McDucksuck the Fourth, and they're like, "Oh, bro, we could charge them $3." But see, you kind of did it to yourself because you are an MBA. Some MBA dude, bro, said, "Circle K, bro, $3 for air, bro. They're desperate, bro." I'm old enough to remember when air was free. Just have the air pump there and you put it in your tires. Cyberbully, $2. Piercings and tattoos make you look low class. No. You are low class. Doesn't make you look low class. You are low class. It's such an old, like, it is so old hat. It is so older dated millennial. It's so 2003, 2005. This has been going on for 20 years. It's not cool. It's not it's a fad. Knock it the fuck off. Why don't you groom your beards and put on your Raleigh Fingers curly mustache? Bro, beard culture, bro. Why don't we do that? You want to wear your stupid fucking pin hats and all move back to Brooklyn? Look, man, I got sleeve. Shut the fuck up. Vic, $5. Beyond me, how people complain they're poor but still spit out children or overweight and have money for tattoos and piercings, which are not cheap. Exactly. It's so, if you showed me someone had a big red 1 tattoo, I'm like, you're hired. I got some fucking mural. I'm like, come on, why? And if you girls give a shit, which I know you don't, I do it for myself. Well, obviously, because you're not doing it for anyone else. It literally ruins every other chance you have. I mean, it does nothing. So it has to be for yourself. You don't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. Not a big Christian, but y'all ought to be treating your body a little more temple-like. PG Ginger, $5. Following your advice, I got my life together and bettered it. There we go. Now I have simple hobbies and I enjoy even finished and published. No, good for you, man. Good for you. Well, why didn't you say what the name of it was? Look, if you got to pay me, you might as well let people know what the name of it was. Don't send another super chat. Email me, tell me what it is. I mean, I won't read it or review it, but I'll mention it. You don't have to know for €2. Mensa versus Queendom or some other IQ test. So Mensa and Queendom are both statistically valid. Queendom, you need to subtract about 8 points from your score on Queendom to match it with the Mensa test, which is the WAIC test. That's the official test. However, there is an argument because way more people have taken the Queendom test that it more accurately reflects IQ of the population. The WAIC test you got to pay to take, so obvious, and then there would be an argument Well, if you can afford to take it, you probably have more money, so you're probably a little better fed, more brain energy, you're probably smarter. People who afford IQ, and there's a selection bias. Well, if you're testing for IQ, well, then you can make the argument, well, maybe you're retarded, like mentally legit. But I would say queendom, if you're going to use the old classic measure, you got to take the old classic test. If you want to know what that is, you don't have to take the actual WAIC test. You could take the queendom test, subtract about 8 points. But I would then say the queendom test is probably a better measure than the official Mensa test because more people have taken it. And assuming, this is a big assumption, assuming they've maintained all the data for the past, 25 years, that test has been on the internet, then I would say it's way more statistically valid than the WAC test. But that's just me. Yeah, and if you're interested, go get my book, Curse of the High IQ, which everyone in this audience should read because you're probably smarter than the average bear and tolerating normies. Not dumb people. Dumb people can't help it. Tolerating normies who think they know anything. It is a painful life. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later, Toodles.